Ugh. Shit. Well now, with Shadowkeep almost upon us, and a certain someone who I've been trying to get a hold of to do a collaboration with me on this video, either ignoring me or not seeing my emails, I'm just gonna say fuck it and do this myself anyways. You all know what this is if you've seen the first two videos, and if you haven't, you totally should. Links in the description. Normally there's a case of X is the best Y in a game. For example, you've probably heard Sword and Shield is the best weapon in Monster Hunter World. In this case, though, there is no one best class, since all are viable for all situations. However, that does not count for something being the most fun to play, which for me, in Destiny 2, is Hunters. Welcome to a shit guide to Destiny. So this is it, the final video in a series I promised to myself that I would finish, and for what I believe to be the most enjoyable class. Hunters are all about being an annoying little shit, filling their enemies with more bullet holes than Hitler in Inglourious Bastards, while also being difficult to pin down. Hunters prioritize mobility over most everything else, which leads to their unique playstyle of being an annoying little shit. Just like the Warlocks and Titans before, Hunters have 3 different subclasses with 3 different elements, being Solar, Void, and Arc, and middle trees of each subtree require Forsaken to unlock. Each element of subclass can be generalized as such. Super Shutdown 101, nobody else is allowed to have fun, and Markiplier learns how to pole dance featuring the Game Grumps. Before we get into all of those, however, the Hunter's class ability is nothing too complicated, being that it is one of 2 types of dodges. You have a dodge that reloads your currently equipped weapon, and a dodge that brings your melee ability off cooldown. Another important thing to mention is Hunter's jump options. Where Titans and Warlocks have this glide jetpack thing, Hunters literally just do a double or triple jump in the air. One of the best feelings in Destiny 2 is shutting down someone else's super, and gunslingers specialize in doing just that via murder. The 3 different trees of super denial gloriousness can be described like so. What time is it, McCree? 1,001-degree knives flying at your face, and boom, headshot. Top Tree Gunslinger is my personal favorite of all to use in Crucible, the reason being that your super is a gun that one-shots everyone normally and 2-shot supers, and you have 6 bullets. By the way, you get a bullet refunded when you kill someone, so yeah, that's a thing. This super allows you to kill 5 supers with ease and still have a bullet left over for that last person questioning their life decisions. Just be aware that if a Sentinel Titan is blocking, you can still kill them, it just takes 3 shots to knock them out of their super and a 4th to actually kill them. Middle Tree is a fickle beast, for me anyways. Blade Barrage can be one of the most fun supers to use, because you pick an area and just say, yeah, fuck everything in that general direction. Just be aware that on high latencies, the knives have a tendency to miss their targets completely, and you won't kill anyone who isn't standing still. It is still, however, a good oh shit button for when someone pops a super in your face and you wouldn't have time to use a golden gun before they kill you. Finally, for gunslingers, we have Bottom Tree. Better start practicing your aim, because this one is all about headshots. Landing headshots increases your super recharge rate, your throwing knife of a melee ability gets refunded on a headshot kill with it, and your super is once again a gun, but this time with 3 bullets that can headshot, dealing an insane amount of damage that ramps up with each successful headshot. Generally a super you want to use in PvE and not Crucible, but hey, do what you want, I ain't your dad. Next up we have the Fun Police. No, not that Fun Police. Night Stalkers are all about being sneaky little shit and pissing off everyone on the enemy team. Night Stalkers' 3 trees can be generalized as such. Yo, I heard you like looking at the ceiling, also I'm invisible. How to make everyone simultaneously piss themselves, also I'm invisible. And yo, I heard everyone likes looking at the ceiling, also my whole team is invisible. Before diving into subclass trees and what they specialize in, Night Stalker's melee ability gets a special mention for one reason. You throw one of 3 kinds of smoke bombs depending on selected tree, but the top and middle tree smoke bombs are particularly annoying due to the fact that they show up on enemies' radar as a player. You can use this to potentially distract someone. Now onto the actual trees. Top Tree Super gives you a bow that you fire one shot with, which can deal damage on impact, but that's not why you use it. Fire this into a group of enemies and watch all of them light up with indicators of where they are while making them take more damage and also suppressing them. Suppression also knocks people out of their supers, so have fun with that. You can also use your dodge to go nearly invisible for a few seconds, which takes you off of enemy radar and gives you a chance to sneak up on people. Middle Tree is arguably one of the most hated trees in the game. Your super gives you a couple of knives that you hold backwards while Naruto running all over the place, while also making you slightly invisible again. That's only partial of what you can do with this tree though, because you can also get a headshot kill while crouched to make you invisible and also give you wall hacks on the enemies for a brief time. Do be aware, though, that this particular aspect is getting nerfed when Shadowkeep launches. Finally, we have Bottom Tree, one of the least used sub-trees in the game. Your super is still a bow that fires suppressing tether shots, but now you can shoot more of them than just one, and also your melee ability Smoke Bomb turns all allies hit by it invisible for a bit. Use this tree if you feel like being a Memelord for a bit. Last but not least for subclasses, we have the Pole Dancers, Arcstriders. Arcstriders are all about hitting things in the face, so much so that you might confuse one for being a Titan. Arcstrider trees can be classified as such: punch, 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 and more punch, Uno U reverse card, and dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. Top Tree is the go-to for being a punching maniac, since getting a melee kill refreshes your class ability, and you remember that one of your dodges lets you refresh your melee ability, right? Because that's important here due to how your melee ability increases your melee damage when you get a kill with it, stacking up to 3 times for about 20 seconds. The super for all 3 trees is pretty much the same, by the way, being that you pull out an electric pull and start smacking people with it. Middle Tree is where things get interesting for Arcstriders, because the big thing here is that you get the ability to block and reflect incoming projectiles with your super when you hold the respective button. This can lead to some rather interesting bits where you pop your super, some poor warlock throws a Nova Bomb at you, and you're just like, no you, and kill them with their own super. It's quite entertaining to do. Just be aware that you can't block everything. Yeetus Deletus Titans can still one-shot you, and both Nova Warp and Kamehameha Warlocks can still kill you too, so watch out for those. Finally, Bottom Tree. If you're going to use Arcstrider and Crucible, this is probably the tree to use. Your melee ability turns into a bitch slap that not only disorients whoever you hit, but also anyone nearby as well. The highlight of this tree, though, is that your dodge gives you damage resistance, giving you an escape ability when things are getting too heated for comfort. This dodge damage resistance also applies to your super, and something that a lot of people seem to know is that Arcstrider supers in general can dodge as much as they want. Dodging an Arcstrider super doesn't put the dodge on cooldown, meaning that with the Bottom Tree, you can pole dance your way closer to your enemies while they're scrambling to kill you. Finally, with all that out of the way, let's talk about exotics, and oh boy, there are a lot that can be effectively used for hunters. Gunslinger mains should look out for the Bird is the Word mask if you want to be using Bottom Tree, while Middle Tree should keep their eyes peeled for the Edward Scissor Arms. Top Tree should use generalized exotics. Night Stalker should be on the lookout for the Ankle Quiver for top and bottom trees, while Middle Tree users should look to become a decorated person of the military. All 3, however, can benefit from the typical Evil Guy helmet. For my wannabe Arcstrider mains out there, you should be watching for the My Vest is a Series of Tubes, and even though all trees of Arcstrider can benefit from this, this one in particular benefits from Top Tree the most, being, hello, I have stab hands. Hunters have the most general use exotics out of all 3 classes, I believe, with the best one being Jump God, running towards your problems, I didn't know dragons dodged, and my face is a compass. Now you know how to play Hunter. Go forth and jump and shoot.